What is up, guys? Welcome to the Week 11 League of Shad preview. You're probably wondering, Wiz, you don't usually do videos like this. And you're right. That's because my PowerPoint decided not to export into a movie today. So we're just doing it live. So you get to stare at my beautiful face for the next 10 to 15 minutes. So, like I said, Week 11 League of Shad review. Let's go. Kicking us off, Week 11 Power Rankings. Yeah. All right. At 12th, we got Fick. I think Fick is over-projected this week. I don't think his team is that great. Thielen, Hunt, Pollard, all been on kind of a little mini slide. Haven't been what they've been projected. I have him slated there. I think he is one of the Toilet Bowl members this year. At 11, I got Nard. Nard is basically living off C.J. Stroud in a dream. He has to start Jacoby Myers this week. I don't think Jacoby Myers is startable at this point, not with Aiden McConnell. I also think he will end up in the Toilet Bowl. Who we got at 10? 10, we got Wes. Wes, I actually like his team. His team is getting a lot better from what it was, or is actually projecting out to where it should be. I think he also will end up in the Toilet Bowl, however. I think him, Andrew, Nard, and Fick are 4 Toilet Bowl members. I think Wes and Nard win that first one. It's down to, I think Wes and Andrew win that first round. I think Nard and Fick fight out for the Toilet Bowl. Number 9, I have Holmes. This week, he should be ranked probably like 15th. The bye weeks, he has almost more players on bye this week than he does actual starters. But he also does have Jefferson coming back and Bijan. If you can get those 2 guys going, I think he could be a sleeper team for playoffs. 8, I have Lou. It's really a clerical error. I was pretty busy. I should have put him at 9. I actually don't think his team is good enough to be in the top 8. But he just ends up there from clerical error, my mistake. 7, I got Larkin. The trade for Olave helps. Is kind of a net neutral for the other 2, but I think Olave, even though he's on a bye, he's still going to be targeted a lot. You're just hoping that connection with target's a little bit better. 6, I have Andrew. From here, unfortunately, Andrew, I do hope your season turns around. I would like to see him in the playoffs because I think he's a really good team. At 5, I have Mark, the Mahomes CMC stack. You're kind of just praying on that every week. The most mid wide receivers, Christian Watson's droppable, and he's basically lighting a candle per week at this point to try and get wins. Number 4, we got my boy Sage. My boy Sage is stressed. I know he just made a trade. I think he picked up Pickens maybe and something else, but the team looks funky because JT's on a bye as well as T. Higgins not there. But I think they get back inside in this lineup. His lineup does look a lot more formidable. Number 3, I have Bill. I think Bill's engulfed in flames, and it's not the first time that he has been, which is kind of funny. He has depth everywhere except for QB, so he's really riding Dak, and he's kind of hoping that Dak can finish the season the way he's been playing. I have myself at 2. When you have wide receiver number 1 and wide receiver 2, you're able to grant yourself this spot, and it's only because Nate is at 1. Nate has the Infinity Gauntlet that is up to about 7 gems now. I think Thanos has had 6. He's got 7. Keaton Pitts for fucking Olave working somehow, an absolute devil deal right there. It must have been nice. Moving on to the games of the week. First off, we got Bill vs. Sage. This is my personal game of the week. I think this game will be pretty entertaining. There should be a couple of good trips from Sage, and then Bill thinking of something like 3 hours later and then saying it back to him. No Kamara, no problem for Bill, though. I think JT and T. Higgins on out is very detrimental to Sage's team, so I think Bill wins this one. Moving into our second game, it is West versus I. West, like I said, I do like his team this week. He has Henry, Mike Evans, Garrett Wilson, the Ty Chandler starts questionable, but Josh Dobbs starting. He does have a lot of poppable guys, so that is what makes me nervous. But once again, wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2 coming off buys. I think AJ and Tyreek are fresh. I think Tua is fresh, and I think, or I hope that my running backs can kind of stay afloat at like 15 to 16 points. The next game we have is our 5-5 pocket threes versus our 4-6 Coleridge Nods. What do I have for this? I have the winner is going to be Larkin. I think Puka with Stafford back is a big play for him. I think that JSN could be the play of the week if all that goes well. And then Adams versus Jacobs is kind of what you're looking at here. Nard's wide receiver 1 for some reason is the wide receiver 2 of the Las Vegas Raiders, while Adams is obviously the wide receiver 1. Nard's really just hoping Stroud and ETN can somehow manage 75 points together, realistically. Next, we have the Ginger Bowl. We get the 3-7 playoff Lennies versus the 3-7 Pfizer partners. Ginger versus Ginger this week. One's ending up a little bit bloodier than the other. I think Fick is over-projected. I do not think he hits his projection of, 127. I think he'll hit 112 this week. Thielen is going against Dallas, is tough D, and also Carolina just sucks out loud. So I think that game could get out of hand before Tony can even kind of get started. And also Frigg could make a late playoff push here. 3-7 sucks, but insert fire with me, 141 projected points. We don't know. With a full team, it could be pretty good. The set it and forget it game of the week goes to Mark and Lou. The only notes I have on this are Lou is going with a Tyler Stack game of Tyler Conklin and Tyler Lockett. And then basically whoever wins this game gets off scot-free, and whoever loses this game, we're probably going to make fun of in the chat. And then everyone's game of the week I have here is Iron Fist Holmes versus Public Enemy number 2. Nate Kasani. I think Nate wins this one easily. Holmes' win probability is probably already at 0%. We're all here for the shit talking in this, but Holmes unfortunately catches the Infinity Gauntlet with the Switch on it this week. So GG's Holmes. That's all of their games for this week. Our random rankings is who's most likely to go viral for. Kidding. New chapter of One Piece dropped today, or yesterday technically when I made this video. So my random ranking is you guys as One Piece characters and why. I'll start it off here. I wish I had the pictures for this. It'd make it a lot better to look at. So I got right here, I got Kasani is Shanks. Shanks is one of the 4 Emperors of the Sea. Kasani is one of the only people to win a championship in this league. I think there's only been like 4 or 5 realistically who've won one. Shanks is a chaotic, good guy. You think he's kind of like the top dog of the world. Everyone kind of looks up to him, or some fear him. But he always has something sketchy going on around him. He's always scheming up something, which Nate does perfectly. Shanks also has future sight, and I think Kasani this year has done a pretty good job of seeing into the future and picking players that have popped. Next, we'll go into Sage. Sage is Blackbeard. Blackbeard is another one of the 4 Emperors, just like Sage is another one of the guys who won a championship. Blackbeard is kind of sketchy. He was friends with Shanks before he kind of fucked him over in the process of acquiring strength. Something being in a group chat with both of them. I can see them bickering back and forth a lot of detrimental games gone back and forth. Blackbeard will do whatever it takes to win. And I think kind of Sage will do the same thing. Moving through the rest of my division, you have Andrew, and Andrew is Sengoku. Sengoku was a fleet admiral for the Navy, which is basically one of the highest in command for the Navy. The Navy, obviously, against the pirates, as the fleet admiral, he's respected, and so is Andrew, because he's won a championship before. But as you watch the show, Sengoku kind of retires and falls into this old guy geezer role of comedic relief, which kind of Andrew's doing now. You know, he's getting too old to type out his own LinkedIn posts, so he's just throwing it on Chat GPT and sitting back and getting all those interactions gathered. Next, we're moving on to Z-Man. Now, Z-Man is Zunisha. Zunisha is a mystical beast, or whatever you want to say. It's a giant fucking elephant. It's a 50,000 foot tall elephant, has an island on its back, kind of like how Nard carries himself. He's always got something on his shoulders. Zunisha moves in mysterious ways, which is Nard to a T. You never know what Nard's doing, whatever Nard is scheming. But Zunisha comes at the most critical points, and I think Nard can do that, where we saw with CJ Stroud. You know, he puts him in there and you might get something going. Next, I got Lou is Ace. Ace is the main character, Luffy's brother. He knows Shanks, he knows Blackbeard. He's a very cool guy. He's kind of lanky. He has a fire fruit, so he can shoot fire. He's kind of hot-headed, which fits Lou perfectly. Ace has also fought Blackbeard before and been betrayed by him, which I think Lou kind of fits in there nicely. He's been betrayed by Sage before, fantasy-wise. This one just made a lot of sense to me. Bill is Sanji. Sanji is the cook of the main pirate, or the Straw Hat Pirates were the main characters. He is the cook. He's also a ladies' man, or he tries to be at least, but will just fail every time. I think that fits Bill perfectly. But he's also very loyal, and Bill is also very loyal to his team, so he'll never switch up, just like Sanji won't. This next one I think is pretty funny. Fick is Akainu, and if you look at this guy, he just screams racist. He has the magma fruit, so he like shoots fucking volcano shit out of him, which I think Fick can get hot-headed and you can kind of sprout and say whatever. Akainu is the fleet admiral. He's a top dog. He'll say whatever it's on his mind. He doesn't care who he disrespects. He commands respect, and he'll kind of talk shit to get that. Holmes we got is St. Charlos. St. Charlos is a celestial dragon. Those are the higher ups in the world. They think they're better than everyone else. They try and hold authority over people. No one really gives a shit about what they say. Kind of like when Holmes comes in like 5 hours late to something and tries to throw a ban on him, or Holmes is like, fuck you, Holmes, no one cares. Next I got Mark. Mark was a toss-up between two guys. He's Usopp and Trable. Usopp is the sniper. He's the handyman of the Straw Hat Pirates. Talks a lot of big game. Everyone kind of waves him off. No one really gives a shit. And then I just picked Trable because he is the single. There's been 1,100 episodes. This is the most annoying motherfucker in all of the show. You see him for about 100 episodes in a row, just sitting there like a fucking goof, not doing anything, and he just has the most annoying laugh. I'll see if I can go and find like a YouTube clip of it. But it fits Mark perfectly to the T, because whenever Mark speaks, it's kind of like Trable laughing. Next I got Dan. Dan is Frankie. Frankie is the shipwright of the main group. He is a quirky individual. He says some wild shit sometimes. But he's very good. He's very loyal. He knows what he's doing. And he's kind of just there for everyone, whereas Dan is kind of there for everyone. Whenever someone needs a trade, they'll go and get it done. He's there like that to go and fix the problem. And then lastly, we have Wes. Wes is Chopper. Chopper is the doctor of the main group. Just fits him perfectly. He's always got some kind of swaggy outfit on. They always change outfits during each arc. And every time he's a reindeer, so he doesn't have to wear fucking pants. He gets to wear shorts, which reminds me a lot of Wes. When we were in high school, Wes only wore fucking lacrosse shorts and always had some kind of goofy style going. Yeah, that's everything. I hope you guys have a healthy and safe week 11. And go Cougs!